All right, welcome to day number 5, another green day. So I'm happy about that. But today was definitely the most challenging day that I've had so far using the TickTick Trader funded account. And it's going to show you guys a couple good examples of how your decision making is going to determine whether Polarity ATI is a winning or a losing system. So a lot of factors go in when you should arm and disarm, and there's so many different things that you could look for. So there's no right way or wrong way of doing it. And if you want to join us in the Discord down below, there's a link, and people discuss different ways of trading the stacked imbalances. Okay, so you can do it manually, you can use Polarity ATI, different charts, there's different indicators that people use, and everyone is finding a little bit more success as we go, which is good to see. Initially, at the open, I was looking for a a short trade, so using the arm long regression mode. But then I was like, you know what, this bounce actually might be legit, so let me go with the trend of this bounce and let me go long. However, that's not going to work out, so this trade is going to be a losing trade off the open, and not a bad thing. I just read this, the market wrong, and that's what it comes down to. It comes down to reading price action, and of course I'm using other charts like the 3000 tick chart. So while this is playing out, I could show you guys what I was looking at. And this is the open here. So this is the trade that you're looking at, and it had a nice bounce here. And then I caught the top, and I caught it in the wrong direction. Initial idea was the right idea, and the initial idea was to go short, but unfortunately I went long, and it's going to be a loss. So let's see how that plays out here. I wish I could speed up the trades a little bit faster. I think this is as fast as I could go. But this is going to be trade number 1 of the day, and I think I took like 6 or 7 trades. So this video might be a little bit longer, so bear with me there. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and leave a comment down below. That will help as well. So gives me some motivation to make more of these videos, since I know I'm helping out a bunch of people, and by people joining the Discord that I created also is helping me out, because it's all just trade talk, and people that are like-minded are discussing different ways of trading, which is good to have. All right, guys, so let's move on to the second trade. All right, the second trade is just a bounce to the short side. So now I knew that the market probably wants to continue to go lower today for a little bit, and at least for now. So I armed it long with regression, got filled perfectly on a bounce. And this is my favorite type of fill, because instantly I'm in the money, right? So it makes you feel good, and it's going to be a straightforward trade. There's no pain, there's no, you know, look how fast. Those are the best trades I think that we could get. And of course it goes even lower, much lower. So that's 1 and 1 on the day, and let's move on to trade number 3. All right, so I added the tick chart on the left here, so you guys could get an idea of what I'm also looking at on my other charts. Obviously I have a bigger version of it that I showed you guys before, but here I am looking for a trap of this basically breakdown. I know people are going to be shorting there, people are going to be stopping out there. So what I'm looking for is to get an imbalance right below that and hopefully get filled. And right away we get filled, and this is a very uneasy way of trading, because it seems like it's going to just keep falling, and it could, right? But you just got to trust the system and trust your process, and this is why you got to find something that works for you. And traps is something that works for me, because I've been on the other side so many times over the years, stopping out there or shorting down here, so I just know that it's a good place to buy potentially. And it's not always going to work out, but this trade was pretty much another one that gave us no pain, and it went straight forward. As we move on here, I haven't watched these trades. Now it's 3:30 p.m. This was at 10 a.m. So I am just going based on what I remember, but I'm watching these trades for the first time as well. So beautiful trade. Again, could have gotten more ticks, probably 20 ticks. And that is something I want to continue to monitor to see if I could get out maybe 20 ticks and risk 16 ticks. I still haven't really seen any trades that I get 16 ticks and then the reverses. Usually I'm able to get a little bit more, but don't want to jump to conclusions yet. Now we are up 400, so we are 2 wins and 1 loss. So let's move on to the next trade. All right, so this trade I am not too proud of. It's clearly showing a lot of continuation lower, and I think, yep, I'm gonna arm it to the long side based on this trap, but it's just showing you that it's a lot weaker. There's no clear trap right now. It's just I'm forcing a trade here, and look how quickly I'm gonna get stopped out. And this one's pretty painful, actually. This one's going to give me slippage, and it's going to be the bottom tick stop. So my stop is at 48.50. Let's see where I actually get stopped out. So you guys could see the continuation play here. This was the trap that we played earlier, and it bounced and didn't continue higher, it continued lower. So obviously the more times it tries to go lower and it continues to go lower, we should avoid looking for that trap. But yeah, right there you guys could see how it just tagged me at 48. So I think we got 2 ticks of the slippage, and we are down now $62 on the day, and right away it bounces. But that's how it goes sometimes. And what are you gonna do? Now it would have been a winner, you know. So sometimes that's how it's going to go. Let's move on to trade number 4. All right, so a bunch of time has passed since the last trade, and now I'm looking for the same type of trade that we had on our second trade of the day. You know, trend down, a bounce, and a reversal. And this trade was actually very sketchy. So knowing that things are not going my way as they should be, I'm already trading more times than I usually do. If this would have lost, I potentially would have been done for the day, and I was very close to actually losing this trade. So look how interesting this one gets. I'm definitely shorting too early, but settings are still the same. 75 volume and 0.4 imbalance ratio. So nothing has changed as far as settings go. The imbalances always disappear for me. I haven't had a trade that the imbalances stayed in quite some time. But actually came within 1 tick of stopping me out, guys. 1 tick right here. I was sure that was going to stop me out. It just had that look, and then boom, quick reversal. I guess not that quick, but I was very tempted to take the profit or break even here, but this is why we don't do it. So tempting to take profits, guys. So tempting. Remember, this is sped up, I think, 2 or 3 times. So here I set my stop at break even, and then we get the target. So up 337 on the day. So that was a very stressful day. I mean, stressful trade as far as, well, if I lost, I probably had to call it a day. Just things are not going my way, right? So eventually you have to cut it. But we won, so let's move on to the next trade here. All right, so here I'm just looking at the overall trend, a bigger chart of this, and I drew the channel. So now I'm just waiting for the channel to be tested either at the bottom or at the top before I take another trade. All right, so the next couple of trades are going to be bad, as in I'm gonna just get in the way of them and not gonna let them play out. So this is a good trade here, or is this not the good one? See, I don't remember now. Everything's mushed since I took a lot more trades today. I think this one might be like a small win. Yeah, so this one I'm gonna fully close. I remember now. It looks good on this chart, but at the same time, I'm like, this finds support. It might just continue to go higher. So I ended up just closing it out and killing it there. So at least that gave me a $487 cushion. So God forbid next trade lost, at least I would be break even after commissions on the day. So it wouldn't be too bad. All right, so that's another trade. And then I think we have one more. All right, and just to note, the previous trade would not have been a winner. That would have been a loss if I did not take that off. Okay, so just to keep that in perspective, I forgot to mention that. And then this trade, I get in the way of this trade, and we'll see how it plays out. But this trade is actually, remember, 44.75 is the stop loss here, and 52.75 is the profit target. So the channel that I drew earlier, it broke out of that channel. So it broke out of it. So now I'm waiting to kind of retest the channel and go long with the trend, because now I think the trend is turning up. And I'll show you guys the execution of this trade on the tick chart. Well, you guys could see it here, but it will, this is basically the bottom, the last pullback before a huge move up. So it's very unfortunate. But here what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to close one contract just to give myself some breathing room. So I'm waiting. It's taking a lot longer than I want. That's number one. Second, I think this might want to pull back a little bit more before it actually does the move. So then I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm up 487. I had a choppy day. Do I really want to risk the whole day on this trade? And then it goes higher. I'm going to close one contract. And I just set a stop or break even on the second contract. And unfortunately, we're going to get taken out. So once we get taken out, remember the stop loss was at 44.75. So we got taken out. I think I stopped the recording. Did I stop the recording? No, I didn't. So you guys could see right here on the tick chart how I stopped out break even. And it never even, looked back. So very unfortunate, because it just continued higher. The stop loss was right here on the red line right there, and that was the target there. So it would have been a much bigger than it is, but I'm going to take it. And another positive day. We are up now 3,100, 3,200 on the account, so nothing to complain about. And let me just pull up the actual full tick chart. All right, so the last two trades. So this one was the short. So I took the profit there. I don't think that would have been a winner. Let me just check, since the video is not as long as I thought. I thought it was going to be about 20 minutes. So risk reward. Let's see how many ticks we got out of that one. 14 ticks. So yeah, it would have been very close, but would not been a winner, because I think that's like probably 12 ticks to be realistic. So it would have been a loss. So I'm glad I took that one off. That is the first trade I got in the way of that was going to be a loss. So good for me there. However, this trade was annoying, because this trade was the winner. So I got in perfectly at the EMAs, and it took longer than I wanted, but it was nowhere near the stop, and then it just continued to go higher. But another perfect setup, and I was already done trading, so that's kind of like the reason I didn't take it. But if you look at this trap right there, I mean, this is as perfect of a trap as it gets. There's plenty of imbalances here. All right, so you have stacked imbalances there. So that's 11, so that's at 12. So we're gonna look at the footprint chart. But this is exactly what I'm looking for. You know how many people get stopped out here because they panic out, and how many people short here because they want to short and they just forget that there was a previous support there. And so many people set, stop one tick below that support, they get taken out, and boom, huge reversal. I mean, then this, you win. Then you could mark it with a trend, and you could probably take some trend trades with Polarity ATI on this move and also have a good success rate. So, like I said, many ways to skin the cat, but the winning and losing will be determined based on when you arm it and disarm the Polarity ATI. Let's just look at this in the footprint chart. All right, so here it is on the footprint chart. On the footprint chart, it's not as easy to see this versus on the tick chart. It's much easier to see this trap. That kind of has that pattern, right? But when I showed it to you guys on the tick chart, it was just much easier to see. That's why I like using it. But that's just my way of doing it. And actually, I guess I took another trade because I am up 675, and I just totally forgot. I guess I took it later on. So yeah, I took a bunch of trades today. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I took a trend trade here, which I think would have been a winner, but I got in the way of it as well. That was just the one contract. But let's see if that would have been a full win. Yep, it would have been a full win. So I got in the way of that one. It would have been the one contract. I feel like I just chased it. I clicked the button to arm and it just filled me. So I was like, let me just get out. I panicked out. So yeah, some bad trading today. Good examples of some bad trades. So that's good to see. And moving forward, gonna just try to improve. But another green day, and now we are up to $3,130 after commissions. So that's not bad at all. And today was $595 total after commissions. So we took a lot more trades, say 8 trades or 7. I think 8 trades total. So that's how it goes. The good and the bad. I'm gonna show it to you all, and I'm not claiming to be, an expert or anything like that. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, so that way you understand that this is all discretionary, and Polarity ATI is just taking the trades for me, nothing else. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.